What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2020, the 10th anniversary show. Because this year is the 10-year anniversary of this pay-per-view. I did the review, a classic review on the very first Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and Money in the Bank is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. It's kind of like the newest Big Five pay-per-view. Everyone knows the original Big Five pay-per-view. Like your Royal Rumbles, WrestleManias, your King of the Ring, SummerSlam Survivor Series. I think Money in the Bank replaced King of the Ring as the fifth big pay-per-view. Your Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. It's one of my favorites. You get a chance to see new champions, new world champions. New stars. So, that's really the Money in the Bank. Is deciding the purpose to create new stars. So, Money in the Bank 2020. Originally, the show should be at Baltimore, Maryland. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus pandemic, it's now at the WWE headquarters. The last pay-per-view, WrestleMania 36, was at the Performance Center. This pay-per-view, Money in the Bank 2020, is at the headquarters, Titan Towers. Whatever it's called, that's the nickname of WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. Anyway, so 8 matches on the card. I'm guessing 2 was basically added to the last minute. So I'm going to start with the one match in the kickoff show. That is Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. This is Jeff Hardy's first pay-per-view match back since his injury. Actually, it's his first match for nearly 3 months. Not nearly 3 months. Nearly 2 months, actually, because he had a match against King Corbin on SmackDown, and then they took him off on TV. That's kind of stupid. I think they were doing this all redemption storyline for Jeff Hardy. Take on Cesaro, and I'm guaranteed you're gonna have Zayn and Nakamura in Cesaro corner. I think the original idea was the original match idea possibly Jeff Hardy versus Cesaro. Not Cesaro, Sheamus, sorry. The original match idea is, Jeff versus Sheamus. Unfortunately, it was too predictable. If they had this match, it'd be, both guys, just came back. If they lost, they're gonna get $50-50. They win one match, and then and they end up losing the next match. Win one, and lost one. Anyway, so my prediction is gonna be Jeff Hardy to beat Cesaro. I like Cesaro, but I think Jeff needs to win over Cesaro. I like Cesaro, but I don't know what they're doing with this group between Cesaro, Zayn, and Nakamura. So anyway, move on to the next match. This is added to the last minute. That we got R-Truth versus MVP. This is MVP's first pay-per-view match in years. I think it was way back in 2010, a decade ago. I'm gonna go with MVP, man. I like R-Truth, but I think MVP needs to win. Both in their 40s, but I like MVP's. R-Truth is more of a comedy act now. MVP, he can have one more crack, probably in the mid card. I don't see he's gonna be a world champion. I think it's too little, too late. I think WWE dropped the ball years ago. So MVP beating R-Truth. Anyway, that's the non-title match. Let's move. Matches. Sorry. I did cover Hardy versus Cesaro and predict the MVP versus R-Truth match. Anyway, so moving on to really the title matches first. We'll get to the Money in the Bank ladder matches in the end. So anyway, I'm going to start with the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We've got the New Day defending the belts against the former SmackDown Tag Team Champions Miz and Morrison. The Lucha House Party, that is Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado, versus the Forgotten Sons. That is, I don't know who is the Forgotten Sons. You got Jackson Riker, formerly known as Gunner in TNA / Impact Wrestling. Wesley Blake used to be in the tag team with Buddy Murphy down in NXT a couple years back, 4 or 5 years back. And then I don't know about this Steve Cutler dude. I'm gonna go with Miz. No, I have to go with New Day, man. They just won the tag team titles weeks ago. Makes all sense to win the belt 1 week and went on to lose it weeks later on a pay-per-view. I'm not a big fan of the New Day as tag team champions. I think the New Day's time is so past its sell-by date. I'm not a big fan of Lucha House Party. They're more of a jokes. Miz and Morrison already had their run as tag team champions. Forgotten Sons, not a big fan of them. So let's move on to the next match. See. The next match we got, Bayley defending the women's SmackDown Women's Championship against Tamina. I'm gonna go with Bayley, man. They're building Tamina up, but let's be honest, Tamina's not that good. She's all right, but not like going to be like the face of the women's division. Let's be fucking real. I'm gonna go with Bayley. I think Bayley needs a strong competitor. I think they are going for Bayley, Sasha down the middle in the summer. Because I think I want to see it because I think Bayley needs a strong woman opponent in the SmackDown women's locker room. So I'm gonna go with Bayley defeating Tamina. Okay, moving on to the Universal title match between the Monster, my man Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. Likely it's going to be Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend Bray Wyatt. If they didn't do the title change at Crown, was it the Greatest Super Showdown? I'll be okay with it since they, had Bray Wyatt dropping the belt to Goldberg and then Strowman, won the belt from Goldberg after Reigns backed down. It's like if Bray lose, that's the end of Bray. If Strowman lose, he'll be built like a loser once again. I can see this rivalry going down the middle. I think they're going to drag it, but to the next pay-per-view. So I'm going to say a count out. Let's move on to the next match. Next match, this is for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre defending the belt against Seth Rollins. This is the second title defense because the first title defense was against the Big Show, the first Raw after WrestleMania 36, and too many they're facing too many times between Rollins and McIntyre throughout 2018 and 2019. Give it a rest, to be honest. Rollins is the Monday Night Messiah. I don't think he's gonna win on this show. I'm just gonna go with McIntyre retain the title because I think they really booking McIntyre really damn well as champion so far since beating Brock for the title at WrestleMania last month. Seth, no, not this time. So okay, I think moving on to let's go to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This time, I'm gonna explain throughout the two Money in the Bank ladder matches on the show. Instead of to do like a normal Money in the Bank match, in the ring, they start in the ground floor, the headquarters, and fight all the way up. So that's in both ladder matches. So I'm going to start with the women's matches first. So we got Asuka, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella. Asuka, I'm going to go with Shayna, my number 1 pick and number 2 pick. I'm going to go with Asuka. Carmella, I'm going to give Carmella a second chance. I think she's starting to improve. She's entertaining, but I think she's starting to get proof in the ring. Dana, she's more of a bodybuilder, let's be honest. Lacey, no. She's gonna be another Vince McMahon's creation. Vince's beautiful blonde shells. Nia Jax, fuck no. And people do not blow up Vince's ego, man. I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, the women's briefcase, to get another shot at whether it's the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship, whether it's facing Becky or Bayley. Anyway, moving on to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio versus Aleister Black versus King Corbin versus Otis versus the returning AJ Styles. His first pay-per-view match back since that graveyard match with The Undertaker last month. Daniel Bryan already won it. I like Daniel Bryan, but I don't want to see him win it again. Mysterio, yeah, I'm kind of got over it with Mysterio. I like Mysterio, but he's kind of past his best. King Corbin, fuck no. Otis, no. I like Otis, but he's more of a low card talent. More like he's going to be, if he just won it right now, it's too early. If he won the briefcase now, and won the championship right now, it's just going to ruin his career now. Yeah, he's in this whole storyline with Mandy Rose, but no, I'm not into Otis. It's between Aleister and AJ. I'm gonna go. I don't think this match is gonna hurt Aleister Black. I think they're still building up Black. I'm gonna go with AJ, man. I think AJ's been out of the title picture for nearly 1 year since the Rumble of last year. I want to see AJ I want to see AJ have another last run as world champion before he retired. Like Black. They could do. Nah, they're already seen Aleister Black and AJ, so I think AJ will probably. AJ, because AJ and Black, AJ at this point is a star right now, the established star. Yeah, you got 3 established stars, former world champions like AJ, Bryan, and Mysterio. Corbin, no, I don't want to see that. Because, that's another story another time. He won it in 2017. He lost the briefcase, and really lost the title match to Jinder Mahal on SmackDown. That's another story for another time, so. I hate the whole stuff. On paper, if they did it correctly, in those 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches on the show, they could be good. But I can see there could be car crashes. That's on the negative side, but on the good side, it could still be a good match. So, both 2 good matches between the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, that's my predictions for WWE Money in the Bank 2020. Hope you like it. Leave your thoughts on the comment section below. Smash the like button and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.